So, what do we need as people? What do we need as people? And anyone that has a brain to think, anybody who can think logically, anyone who has some intelligence, it's common sense things. The thing that is missing in this world, there are three things. Three things. Three simple things that most of the world today has lost: discipline, accountability for ourselves and the others around us, and something real, something unique, something genuine, something down to earth, someone that is being honest with people and themselves. And I just ask myself lately, I cannot understand for the life of me why honesty is being shunned. I cannot understand for the life of me why, when there is something that comes along that is just, it's just a form of like hell itself, that some people keep themselves in that spot in life, and you can do anything to help them or to speak to them or to be honest to them or to do whatever that like whatever you know in your knowledge arsenal to speak truth, just to be honest, just to cope with things. And this is what I'm talking about. This is how messed up. This is how messed up the mentality, the lives of American minds and people, and what TV and social media and just so many things are doing to people. And see, with this channel, this is what we have to understand. I am on the side of no side. I am neutral from all of getting involved with this, picking and choosing sides, and we're better than, they're worse than. See, it's just this is what social media does to all of us. It's making you compare yourself. Comparison is the killer of all joy. And that's what they want you to do. See, we don't use social media as a tool. We use social media as a weapon to break each other down, to rip each other apart, to gossip, to just bring every toxic thing that we can bring. This is not a way to live our lives. This is not a way to live life, y'all. And you ain't gonna have no other YouTube. You are not gonna have any other YouTube channels that are telling you this stuff. And I just, like I said, for the life of me, I can't understand why this is frowned upon and looked down upon. It's just mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Like when the guy's head explodes in the one video, when he goes, oh, and his mind blows up. That's literally how I feel when I hear something from a world that doesn't understand something, and when they don't understand something for themselves, it's just the most obscene, irrational, just right off the top of the head thing will just come out of people. And I say, how can you live in that mental hell? How can you live in your own prison like that? How can you keep living life like that all the time? You know, it's like, that's what I mean. There is a negative addiction. There is a negativity, a toxic addiction that goes around on the social atmosphere, and people can't even express themselves anymore. People can't even put in an honest word to cope. People can't even offer someone something real, because right when someone hears something that they don't understand or don't agree with or they never looked into for themselves, right away it becomes a mob. It becomes an angry mob that everybody jumps on and everybody becomes a part of, and they jump on the negative bandwagon with each other and do these kinds of things. And I'm not here to talk about anybody. I'm not here to do any of that, because I don't run my channel like that. And whoever has been here, we should know these things. We should already know this for ourselves. You know, it's basically common sense. It's common sense stuff. I mean, it's just common sense. And this is why I am going to keep doing videos. I'm going to keep spreading awareness. I am never going to stop doing what I'm doing, because there are a lot of people that need to hear these kinds of things, because it's lacking in our world. I mean, it is lacking so bad. Discipline, intelligence, integrity, honoring truth, being honest, coping with something real, giving people something unique and genuine, you know, giving yourself for the sake of others to understand things, and you put your time into that, and it's like, you know, what can you really say? What can you really say? But like I said, the only thing that I can keep doing is spreading awareness. That's the only thing I can keep doing, because nobody else is going to do this. Then I hear people say, oh, well, you know, don't talk about that with these people, or don't say that, you're wasting your breath and all this stuff. Don't you think I already know that? Don't people think I already know this stuff? You know, I just don't understand what we're not getting. This is a coping channel. This is a channel where people come to hear a cope, where people come to hear truth, to hear a word, to hear what not a lot of people are talking about. And see, when you're somebody that don't have nothing to hide, you're not running from yourself no more. See, you've seen past the smoke screen of everything. You've seen what is going on that is keeping people in their own chambers, in their own sickness, in their own toxicity, in their own environment of their own hells. And some people, I mean, I don't even know what to say, but I think some people enjoy that. I think some people really do like that. And I want to say, I feel sorry for these people, but I can't say it that way. That's not the right way to say it, because see, I'm gone from that thought. I'm gone from that thinking. I'm free from that thinking. I'm free from all that thinking. I'm not comparing myself to anybody out there anymore. I'm not picking and choosing sides and saying I'm better and they're worse. come to my side because their side is this and their side's wrong. That thought, I don't even think about stuff like that anymore. That is childish games. See, only unintelligent people compare themselves to one another. Only irrational people take things that they get offended by things that they don't understand. That's what irrational people do, that are not thinking, that are not using their mind. And who's going to tell anybody these things out there? Who is going to correct their own brother? Who is going to actually tell the people something instead of just agreeing with every obscenity or just getting involved with the negative train because everybody else is doing it? Oh, well, he's gossiping, so let me join in on the gossip. I don't understand for the life of me why there aren't more people out there standing up for honesty, for truth, for intelligence, for authenticity, for uniqueness. I don't understand why we are not standing up for things like this. And I'm right now, I'm being serious, but at the same time, I've already been through this a million times. You see, I'm just saying this because I have been there and done it. I've went through it. I have been in so many different situations with people in real life. In real life. You see, I have been involved with people that didn't understand something, and the first thing that they went towards was just blurting anything that came off the top of their head, or just see, this is what we're not understanding about. When we don't understand something, we are in fear because we don't understand. And the fear makes us react to what we don't understand. And then, people will call you things because they're comparing you to something. They're calling you something because they think in their mind that that's what you are. And that's not what you are. See, because I bring up the gospel and Jesus Christ. See, because I talk about doctrine or things that I have learned for myself, you have a perception in your mind that I'm doing this channel to be some cult leader. That's what you think in your mind. That's what you think my motives are. That's what you think my intentions are. And I just have to laugh at that because see, words speak for themselves. I will let people's words be their own. I will let their words be their own. I'm not even going to add an adverb, because if I do that, then right away it will be me comparing something again, you see? And I'm not going to do that. People's words will speak for themselves. You see, every word you write, every word that you say, you're literally you're writing your destiny and your life. You're witnessing your life with your words. Your actions are speaking your life. And then I ask everyone out there, what are you doing today to spread awareness to other people? You see, have anyone out there, has anyone even begun to start to recognize that there is problems in our world and that things need to change and people need to change? People need to be taught certain things, to understand certain things. And see, the reason that I'm making this video is because that is why, this is why I stopped answering comments, is because of this. Because I don't get involved with this comparison thing. I don't get involved with berating or, gossiping and talking about negative stuff and all that. My thought is away from that. I am dead to that. That's why I say I am dead in Jesus Christ. I am dead in sacrificing my time for the sake of other people now. It's not about me anymore. See, you're still looking at me like I'm something. You're still looking at me like I'm the thing. You're still looking at me like I have an answer, like I have some goal. There is no goal here. There's no goal. It's coping. It's dealing with life. It's being honest with ourselves. And you know what? I completely lost train of thought, because you see what I'm saying? I don't even think about this kind of stuff. The only time it comes up is when other people remind me or say something, and don't think for a second that I'm going to play the game, that I'm going to play this game with people. It's just not going to happen. I'm not even on that stuff anymore. I already told everybody I'm on another planet in my thought. I'm on another world. My mental kingdom is not of this world. I have died to all those thoughts long ago. I've already dealt with them things. I've already sorted out those things. I've already repented from those things. I've already cried and wept over those things. I've already took a deep look into those things. And there's some of us out there, we haven't even begun to start to recognize what we're doing to ourselves. And we're only hurting ourselves. That's all we're doing. That's all you're doing when you have hate comments or you hate someone. You're hating yourself. And there's nobody else that's going to tell you these kinds of things because they don't care for you. But see, you think that those people that tell you all the bullshit and nonsense care for you. They do not care about you because they don't care about themselves. They don't look into anything themselves. They have absolutely nothing going for them in their lives. They just sit around and look for people to blame and judge and point the finger at. And this is literally, they can't see that they're in their own hell. They're in their own cages. They're in their own torment. This is why the spell has got to be broken. The spell has got to be broken. If it's not broken, we're not going to be able to understand and discern these kinds of things. and we're going to keep running and hiding from everything, and our lives are going to continue to be miserable. We're going to continue to feel like shit because we're keeping all this stuff in because we're such a self-absorbed generation. And this is what I'm uploading right now. I don't know if I'm going to put it on YouTube or to Patreon because I'm a very giving person. You see, I'm not being selfish and saying, oh, well, I'm going to put it on my Patreon, so you got to pay for it. No, see, I'm still going to put videos on YouTube because I'm not like that. You see, this is what I mean by a lack of discernment. This is what I mean by a lack of understanding. And when you're coming here, you're just coming here to listen to a man vent his life. You're coming here to cope with me. You're coming here to listen to something that is real, that is unique, that is genuine, that doesn't bullshit or lie or trick or deceive or play around with your head. I'm not playing with anybody here. I don't play games. I don't play games. I'm not a game player anymore. I'm in control of the game. The game is not playing me anymore, my friends. Now the question is the game playing you? Is this playing you? Is the world playing you? Is the TV playing you? Is the music playing you? Is all that stuff playing you? That's the question. And only you can confront that in your own mirror. It has nothing to do with me. I can't help. I can't save. I cannot do a damn thing for anybody. This all has to do with self-reflection, but at the same time, not being and getting so self-absorbed, because this is our problem. Look what self-absorption is doing. Look what the me. Well, what is there for me? What do you have for me? It's all about me, and there's no giving. There's no giving back. There's no spreading word. There's no awareness. There's no connection there. See, my name means to give. He has given. And that's why I named my channel SBN Natan God. But see, you were thinking that I meant I was calling myself God. Oh, Nate's a God. No, it means somebody, but nobody, which I am. I'm nobody. I'm just another person. Natan, he has given to give. He has given God. That means God has given God. That's what it meant. But see, I took that out because I knew people would discern it wrong. I knew people would take it wrong. I knew they would take it the wrong way because this is what the world does. This is how the world thinks. They don't realize what they're thinking because nobody's telling them. Nobody's teaching them. Nobody's doing this out there. I feel like I am the only one that's doing this. I feel like I'm the only one on YouTube that is speaking these things. The only one. But then see, people would go, oh, well, you're telling me that I'm not doing anything. I'm not speaking truth. Well, I don't see anybody else doing videos. I don't see anybody else. I clicked on people's channels. There's nothing there. Like, where are you? Come into the light. But see, a lot of people, they want to stay in the dark. They want to stay in their own prisons. They want to stay there. And I just ask, why? What is that doing for you? What is that doing for you in your life? How is life treating you with all these things? And see, people that don't care are not going to tell you this because they're not thinking of this. They're so self-absorbed. They're so self-absorbed in their own prisons that it just does not get through because they're too self-absorbed. They're not getting what servitude means. They're not getting what spreading word means. They're not getting the totality of what a person like me is saying. I will never, ever, ever be no cult leader. See, that's what the world thinks because that's what you've seen on TV. That's what you've seen David Koresh. That's what you've seen Charles Manson. That's what you've seen whatever the Chinese guy that, gassed the subways. That's what you've seen Jim Jones and all them do. I am none of those men. I am none of those men. I come in the real name of Jesus Christ. See, I come in the real gospel that breaks down strongholds. You see, they come in something fake. They are the wolves in sheep clothing that come to you and see, they tell you all these things and deceive you and make you believe it and then have you messed up. And then when someone comes along and they tell you one little thing, they tell you one little lie or one little trick or one little thing to throw you off, it completely just throws you off. And then it's right back to this mob mentality. It's right back to this, oh yeah, he said this. Yeah, did you see how he said this the other day, but now he's saying this? See, you're looking for every little thing to compare with. You're looking for every little tiny minuscule thing to be negative about and just break somebody down. I don't even know what to call it. I don't even know the word to even say. Like I said, I'm not in that thought no more. I'm not in that thinking no more. And when I hear people talking about this and speaking about things like this, it says you can tell them by their fruits. You see, what are your fruits? What are you doing in your life? Who are the people you are around? What are the things that you're listening to? What are the things that you're watching every day? What are you looking into? What are you researching? What are we doing while we're here? What are we doing? And I know there's so many of people out there, they call themselves all kinds of ideologies. See, I have no ideology. Ideologies are for fools. Ideologies are for fools. All ideologies are for fools. Because all it is, it's a comparing thing. It's me versus them. I'm the good guy, they're my enemy. And it just keeps going and going and going. It is literally the generational curse that has been being passed down from generation to generation to generation. And that's why I am spreading the revolution of awareness to people, because there is nobody out here talking about it. And why are there not others standing up for things like this? And it just, most of it just comes down to, but see, then people would say, I'm forcing them. I'm putting pressure on them. I'm making them do something. I'm not making anybody do anything. I don't have a gun pointed to your head and saying, watch my channel or I'm going to blow you away. I'm not saying click on my video or else. See, that's what people have in their minds, that's how I think, that's what I'm doing. And that is the furthest thing from east to west, or the universe, from one side of the universe to the next. That thought is the complete opposite of what I'm doing. See, if you're somebody that has me messed up, more than likely, you have yourself messed up. That's the thing. And that's what we're not doing. We're not taking any accountability for this, for this thing, this thing. See, it has nothing to do with me doing it with you. It has to do with this, putting the camera down and saying, me, me, me. And see, that's a real man. That is a M-A-N. And to all the women out there watching, that is a W-O-M-A-N. See, there's no label. There's no ideology with it. There's nothing with it. It is, you are an individual. You are an honest individual that is open. You are truthful. You are not hiding. You have nothing to be ashamed of. I have nothing to be ashamed of right now. Absolutely nothing, because I've already dealt with that. I've already planted that seed. I've already dealt with those things long ago. I've already went to people's houses and knocked on their doors and prayed with them. I already knocked on people's doors and said, look, forgive me, or, for whatever I did, or confrontation. I already did those things. And it just, I'm sorry to say, but what it comes down to, we just don't want to change. There's just most of the world, a majority of the world, the reason that we stay stuck and paralyzed in this thinking is because there's nobody willing to get out of their denial and to change something. So how can we possibly spread awareness if there is nobody else spreading awareness? How are we going to know what the raw, honest truth is with things if there are people that are not speaking about raw, honest truth? How are we going to set ourselves free from some of these things if we're not doing anything to set ourselves free from these things up here? And when I say the word conditioning, I mean programming. I mean, we have been programmed. Ever since we came out of the womb, we've been programmed to think a certain way. We've been programmed to act a certain way. We've been programmed to compare one another. We've been programmed that it's America versus Russia. We've been programmed over and over, and it's become an addiction. We're addicted to these things. And it's all over the place. It's all over the place. It's not just America. It's not just Pennsylvania or Florida. It is in every city, every house, every individual in the world. Nobody is excluded from what I'm saying. It's impossible to exclude ourselves. Whether we want to face, whether we want to face the facts and face reality, that is irrelevant. That has nothing to do with anything. It's just, what are we doing here to cope with our lives? What people are we listening to? Who are we involving ourselves with? Just because everybody else is listening to the garbage, it doesn't mean you need to listen to it. Just because everybody is wearing a black shirt and black pants and black shoes, it doesn't mean that you can't wear a white shirt, white pants, and white shoes. You see, once you see this, you realize there is no black and white people. There is no black and white people. There is only people that have more melanin and less melanin. There are people that are darker brown, that are almost a purplish dark color. And then there are people that are so pale that they are, I don't know what color that would be, a porcelain color. Me, I'm tan, I'm brown, I am a light brown color. See, this is what I'm saying. This is just like something Morgan Freeman said. And he said, I don't want a Black History Month. Because when you stop calling me a black person, I'm going to quit calling you a white person. When you quit calling me a black man, when you quit calling me a nigga or a negro, then I'm not going to have that mindset. When you quit calling me a chink or a spick or a cracker, see, this is of a mainstream worldly mentality that so many people have. And listen, do not just sit there and do anything, y'all. Spread this video all over the place. Spread this video all over social media. Spread it everywhere. If you care about people, if you care about yourself, if you care for honesty, if you care for what's fair and just, if you care for authenticity, if you care for the well-being of your own life, if you care for those who are suffering or going through something, spread this video now. Don't wait. Don't wait to do it. See, this is what fear is doing. It's paralyzing us. It's keeping us in a clamp. It's keeping us in a stronghold. And the only way that it can be broken is by knowing things. It's by understanding things for yourself. There's no other way that it can be broken. I'm telling you, there's no other way. I know that there's no other way. And people will go, oh, well, I'm this kind of person. I'm not like you in this way. No. See, that's just all excuses. That's excuses that we're using. It's denial and excuses. You're going back to the labeling, the ideologies. You're going back to everything that the programming has done to our mind. See, once you break free from this, you're never going to be the same person again. See, this is why I didn't block people on my channel. Because I'm not going to go about doing it like everybody else. Because I don't need that shit. I don't need that shit, brother. I don't need that shit, sister. I don't need that shit, man. I don't need that shit in my life. You hear me? Do you dig me? Do you got me? I don't need that shit. And you don't need that shit either. It's time to stop with this nonsense. It's really time to stop with this nonsense. It's time to stop comparing ourselves. It's time to stop brutalizing ourselves and just blurting out whatever comes to our mind. We have to think before we say stuff. We have to think before we react. And like I said, from here on out, whatever people's words are, I will let their word be their word. Their word will speak for itself, you see. And I'm not, this is why I stopped answering stuff. And this is why, listen, people that have something genuine, authentic, something real, something honest, something that is a cope to comment, please comment. Let it be known. Get it out of you. You got to get the shit out of you. You can't keep it in. But at the same time, I am not answering anything that is just blatantly coming across as something or just, it's just ignorance. It's a lack of understanding. It's fear that is just, your mind is making you say things because you don't understand things. And it's just, I don't even know how to say. I don't even know how to come across, but it's just like, come on. It's enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? And hey, I don't know. Whatever. I'm out of words, but yeah, I spoke my piece. It's done and over with. I'm moving on. It's just moving on. That's all it is. And being aware of things. So like I said, if you're somebody that you just watch these videos and you thumbs up the video and that's all you're doing, share the video to someone else. Share it to other channels. Get it out there more. You know, why is this not getting out more? You know, why is my channel such a small channel? Do you see? Do you see this? Those of you who are really, really hearing, ask yourselves, why is this such a small channel? Why is this not getting spread more? And let's ask ourselves, how much sense does that make? But yet, the masses support something that doesn't, it's almost irrelevant what they're doing and saying. It's just this thing to compare and put someone on a pedestal, and then all these people down here are all these things. You see, that kind of thinking has got to go for us to be free individuals. We're never going to be free until that thinking goes forever. It has to go from you completely, or you're still going to be in bondage. You're still going to have the stronghold of a stronghold in your mind. And this is, yes, like the channel, The Prison Called Life. You're right. Life is a prison in your mind and all this if you allow it to be. If you keep allowing it to be that's what it's going to be with a lot of things. I'm not saying some things are that. I agree with a lot of what he says. And I'm not calling him out or putting him on the spot. I'm just saying we're allowing ourselves to be in our own mental prisons because we're going by all of these things. So wake up. It's the first of the month. I got to go to the bathroom. So take care. I appreciate any support. Move and do what you got to do to cope. Later.